Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we're back for Charade Maniacs. It's only been a little while for me because I am recording our other game in tandem, but I have to switch back and forth because we started playing Virtue Evermore, and I'm not through the common route yet, or a route, and I'm like, now we're tied at the pace of where I am with this. I'm like, shit, I don't like doing that. You know how I like to do things. I record a route in one game, I record a route in the other game, and I go this way. It's easier, but we're going to get really behind on this one just because of the timing. So, Christmas and everything screwed up everything. I know it's like February at this point. Is it March? It might actually be March. I'm not even sure, okay? But like, that screwed up everything in timing. So, yeah, so we're popping in here. I'm pretty sure we're going to start Dazai's route. I haven't opened it. I got the list up. Well, I've got the Reddit thread up, and we got to Chigasaki last time. I'm making the assumption because we are down to 7, 8, 9. These are the locked routes. So we got Dazai, we got Haiji, and we've got Gyobu that are left. But I think I still am like, Haiji and Gyobu are the most sus as fuck. They've been sus as fuck from the beginning. I'm curious as to why Dazai's sus as fuck that he's locked. Especially after Chigasaki's fucking information that he's also a sponsor. And like, okay. I'm still hoping at some point, maybe one of the later routes tells you the information, like, yeah, they knew each other. I don't know. In Chigasaki's route, Futami seemed kind of like maybe he knew, but maybe I'm just reading into it. You're like, yeah, maybe you know something, you know? But obviously, they can't, in those routes, act like there's another sponsor. It's different than EOG being like, I have a partner. Ooh, okay. That's not as, like, informational. Like, that's not as, like, you know, information as going through Futami's route and being like, yeah, there's more than one sponsor. You know what I mean? Which I've kind of been sus of since Futami came out as a sponsor, and I was like, but I thought Gyobu was a sponsor, so, like, maybe there's two. And then now Chigasaki, so it's like, listen, now I don't fucking know. I'm clueless. I'm like, I don't, and I mean, I've been sitting there like, Haiji is the most sus, but maybe he's just acting like a child because he's one of these aliens, and turns out actually Chigasaki was half of one, so okay, I don't know. But anyway, my bet is Dazai is next because he's the least sus out of the three, so, okay. Oh my god, okay, it's actually Gyobu. Guys, I didn't see that coming! Wait, okay, wait, what? I was full on that it was gonna be Dazai, guys. Like, I was like, when we got to last time, when we were like, okay, the reveal, it's gonna be Dazai or Chigasaki, obviously. I never would know. No. I am so curious. Am I like the least sus over Dazai and he's the most sus? Shit, now I don't even know what end is up, guys. Fuck, I didn't... Okay, alright. Gyobu, you're the most fucking sus person here next to Haiji. How are you Route 7? Okay, well, anyway, let me open up his guide. Okay. Let's see. For the notes, Gyobu's route won't unlock until you finish a route in all three teams. Okay, that's how it worked. I'm like, did you have to do one? It's one in each. Alright, so cleaning... Okay. This route only has one ending, okay, and you can start by the common route, which I assumed, common route save file. Okay, so now we're just going to start skipping. Okay, and then we end the exploration, yeah, obviously. And let me check the guide, it's the only fucking option. So guys, what the fuck? Shit. Okay, I gotta be honest. Like, we started off the game, and it wasn't bad, okay? I had fun. I liked some of the other characters. Really, like, I kind of lost my momentum when we hit Futami, like, the second round. I was like, what the fuck? I think the rest of the momentum we've had since then has been a lot. I'm assuming we go to the living room, because that's where Gyobu is. Yeah, okay. But, like, okay. Oh god, I can't even formulate thoughts. I'm like, Obviously, we're going to talk to Gyobu, I would assume. Yeah, okay. Hold on. Speaking... Sorry, my voice is still fucked up. Speaking of which, Gyobu, you're also a student at our school, right? Interested in me, are you? Yeah, actually, now I'm way more interested because I'm curious as to... I really was not expecting you to, like, the next route. So, like, did you and Dazai just flip-flop? Or did, like, you, Dazai, and Haiji all do some kind of bamboozle with me? Like, fuck. Well, just a little bit. I appreciate your directness. It's okay to get even more interested in me, you know. Gyobu inched his face closer, and I found myself backing away. I'm not gonna lie, like, at least I know we're gonna have fun in this because he is fucking wacky and slightly creepy and really shady, but, like, you know, whatevs. Gyobu, you're too close. Noticing my discomfort, Tomose started to come over. He looked serious as he yelled to me to get away from Gyobu right away. You know, Tomose, I don't blame you. Gyobu noticed too, so he put his hand in the air as if he was being held up. Yeah. Let's talk alone in private next time. As we continued to chat, I thought of something, and it slipped from my mouth. Oh yeah, after summer vacation ends, it's the culture festival. Okay, hold on. Sorry, all of a sudden my allergies are like kicking my ass. Okay, so we go to the library. God damn it, I don't know what to... Listen. I have to say, and I was thinking of this when we stopped and we had our little part with Gyobu, I really think one of the best parts of this game is... Okay, I was like, we definitely are not talking to Dazai. Is the fact that I've been pretty much bamboozled the whole time. I mean, everyone's been sus for a reason, obviously, except for Tomose. Tomose's not sus at all. Everyone else has some little sus going on, okay? But it's varied from, like, oh, I work for the Information Bureau, to, like, I'm a sponsor and involved, to, like, what I've been here before type of a thing. Like, okay, so everyone being sus is the nature of the game. We knew that from the very beginning. That was part of the fun. But, like, some of the shits that's come out, like, I did not expect Chigasaki to be a sponsor or part alien. I did not... No, okay. Nope. No, I didn't see that. Futami being a sponsor, nope. But again, that could have been partially because we tripped down his route second and we didn't get a lot of time to see him being more sus, but I don't know. I still don't think I would have expected that, you know, from him. I would say go to the living room because that's where Gyobu is. Yes. But you know what I mean? Like, and some of the secrets are more obvious. I guess we're gonna say ask Gyobu what he was best at, and we've already technically done that, so I'll skip through it. Don't worry about it. But like, I mean, as one of you guys mentioned, like being sus of Iochi being a detective because of just the way they're dressed, you know? It's like, okay. Yeah, okay, I can get that. Or we saw Ibana's arm and Iochi needling Ibana, like, hey, okay. Some of their secrets were I wouldn't say obvious, but like, okay, they kind of like red flagged. I'm like, hey, maybe this is, and you're like, all right, I see what you're doing. You're leading us to a conclusion, but like, Kyobu being less sus than Dazai is a fucking shock. Okay. The donut's so tasty. Now we're just flipping back and forth, giving random points to everybody so we don't get too many points with too many wrong people. But like, this game has been really good at bamboozling me. Because, like, sometimes the plot comes out and you can kind of figure it out. You're like, okay, this is kind of... And even if it's not perfect, because, again, you know, you're never going to be perfect at guessing, you kind of get the idea. You know, you're like, oh, I kind of... yeah, here's my idea. And it's like, you say something and it's similar and it maybe plays out slightly differently, but at least you're kind of like, I was in the right book. This, you're like, I don't even fucking know. I mean, I'm trying to figure out the Dewey Decimal System again over here in this library. Like, what the shit's happening? I'm in a library and every book is in a different language. Like, what the fuck? This is crazy. Oh, we're in chapter 4 already? Oh. Okay, we're going on the cleaning team. Yeah, what was on the... Oh, right, yeah, because he's lazy as fuck. But you know what I mean, though? It's kind of been, and I gotta give it to him, it's kind of brilliant that, like, you go, like, say this, we're on the cleaning team. Well, you know Tomose's safe, and you're like, well, Gyobu's the most sus out of them to me. So we knew he was a locked route. Okay. Didn't think we'd be getting him this early. I mean, like, literally, I would have expected Dazai, then Gyobu. And then Haiji. That was my route. That's my order. So now I'm like, it's Gyobu, then Dazai, then Haiji, because Haiji's still the most sus. Just because I don't believe he's 12, but at this point, the game's going to be like, no, he really is, and he's actually your secret brother, and that's it. It's an Otome game, but you're not going to romance. Because, like, if we're going to romance him, and there's no way he's fucking 12, okay? Because that's gross, and I will peel my flesh off. All right? Like, that's disgusting. Like, there's a line. And that's it. I understand we play games where we're, like, 18, and we're dating fucking guys who are 40, and that, to me, is a little weird, and I don't like it, but it's different when they're, like, under... like. Even if we were 16 and they're 15, that still feels a little weird, but it's 1 year. No. No. No, no. Stop it, no. Gross, no. 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 We know this. We're in chapter 5 already. Okay, we go to the park. I'm not keeping up with when we switch chapters. I'm just like, shit. But, like, you know, I don't know. But anyway, so that's why he's always been the most sus, because, like, you're pretending to be an elementary school kid, and I feel like that's the perfect bamboozle for the game to have written in. Or you don't know things because you're one of the monsters. But, and I'm not saying they wouldn't still go that route, because to be fair, I'm starting to think my recording software looks like it's being janky. Is it being janky, or we've been janky this whole time? It looks fine, but my voice looks like it's... I'm gonna wait till we pause and I'm gonna check it, because, like, maybe it was just me. I don't know. It looked weird, like it wasn't registering sometimes, so hopefully everything's been fine while I've been talking, but, like, I'm just rambling, so it's not like it's that important. But I wouldn't put it past them to make Haiji also an Arcadian, because they've used some of the same plot lines. Obviously, we've got 2 sponsors. We got 2 people that work for the Information Bureau. We had 2 people who have been here before. Obviously, Dazai's one of them. I'm still under that assumption. There's no reason for that not to be true. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't put it past them to, like, say, think in my room. Ooh, okay. You know what I mean? I wouldn't put it past them to, like, reuse that Haiji's also an Arcadian. So that's why he's the most sus, and I'll never stop thinking that. Still confused as to why Kyobu's less sus than Dazai. But it could just be they're all equally sus, but little more information comes out in Dazai's route. But again, once you've done one route in each, you could have gotten Haiji, and then you could do other people, and then... So, like, these being locked, it's not like you have to do them in this order. This, I'm assuming, is just, recommended, but I guess it's not strictly a... I want to check Otome Kitten's route order. I really fucking do, but I'm not going to, because I still want to leave that mystery. Once we get to the next route and we open it up, then obviously we can look at what her order was, because we'll already know who the last route is. Now we got 2. We still have a 50-50 chance here, you know? I have a 50-50 chance of being right for once. Like, because I've always been wrong. Like, this character, I mean, okay, between, like, Chigasaki and Dazai, whatever, but, like, I was still vastly wrong on Dazai being next. Like, so, like, if I had picked, like, anyway. I should go to my room and think. I should, too. I have to organize everything in my mind, piece by piece. I walked up the stairs while thinking that, and I bumped into someone as I entered the hallway. I'm gonna take a wild leap and guess and say Gyobu. Oh, sorry. I looked up and saw Gyobu apologizing while blinking rapidly. I should be the one to apologize. And not at all. Anyway, something on your mind? Huh? How did he know? 'Cause we bashed into him? Were you wondering how I knew? Huh? Okay, he's psychic. To be fair, he does have the... Doesn't... It was the psychic guy in, Sweet Fuse. He's got the same hairstyle, so, like, Whip out your crystal ball. You know what I mean? You have the hairstyle of someone who's pretending to be a psychic at a carnival, so I need you to whip out that crystal ball. That's the face you were making. Was I right? You are. Because I looked at him suspiciously, Gilbo grinned and put his hands on my shoulders. You're such a simpleton. You're easy to figure out. But you're also interesting because there are parts I still don't understand. What does that mean? I don't get Gyobu at all. I mean, I don't either, but that's part of the fun, I guess. Anyways, let's play a game. I have an interesting game. Come on over. This is why he gives me director energy too, because he's like, let's play a game. You know, you can't be the producer because, like, that would ruin the other two routes. So, like, at least I feel safe on that assumption. This is going to bite me in the ass when he comes out as being the producer, isn't it? Like, are there 3? I really just feel like you can't be because, like, that would be silly. You kind of have to get to the last route and go, okay, yeah, all right. You know what I mean? Although, having it come out now would be like, wait, what? But again, what are the other 2 hiding then? You know what I mean? Listen, this game bamboozles me every time, so I wouldn't be surprised. He's the director, the producer, also a sponsor, actually a multimillionaire, and an Arcadian, and a doctor in a hospital, and this is all a figment of our imagination. I wouldn't put it past the game at this point. One of those is bound to be right. Huh? Yeah. This way. It's my room. I was just about to go out looking for someone who'd play with me. Can't phrase it like that. Or, do you hate games? I don't hate them, but I don't feel like it right now. Feelings can change easily. But come on, let's play. I'm sure you'll find some of it educational. You also can't say that after saying come play with me. Like, let's go play, and then you throw out its and it just makes it sound wildly inappropriate. I think he was like, come on, and he just drags me to his room. He's so pushy. In the end, I was taken into Gyobu's room. Gyobu's room had 5 watchers lined up there. He said that getting the watchers were easy, and he gathered them so he'd have someone to play games with. I feel like that could be true, but could also be very sus. With Gyobu, it's just, you never know. He taught them the rules of the game, and then had them learn it. But everything they do is so predictable, I can read their next moves easily. You must really like games a lot to be doing this. To be fair, if I had little robots to play games with me, I absolutely would too, Gyobu. Same page. I just am not. I don't have robots to play games with me. I really do have to bring one of my card tables downstairs. Actually, I have one in the garage. Another one. I have one upstairs that's like in my craft room, so that I have a table to work on because, like, I needed it when I was trying to sew stuff. But like, I got them for playing games, and I have a fuck ton of board games. Most of them you can't play by yourself, but um, I think it's Arkham Horror and Eldritch Horror. Was that what they're called? Whatever. There's 2 of them you can actually play by yourself. Like, they actually have ways to play. You have multiple characters and stuff, but you're doing different things, and you're like, you could actually play it by yourself, and it's like, okay, it's one of those you set up a card table and just set up the game, and it takes forever. But so I could actually play some of my games by myself, and I really should because goddamn, do I miss board games so fucking much. I just don't have friends. And even if I did, well, okay, I have like 3 friends. Like, one of my friends I haven't seen in forever, and the other 2, it's like, even if they came over to play games, it'd be like, okay. They used to have game nights at their house, but it's like board game night, and it was always just Cards Against Humanity. And I gotta be honest, I'm so fucking sick of that. When everyone's like, Cards Against, I'm like, no, fuck you, get out. I get so mad about it now. Like, I have the game. I loved it at the time, but it's like, that has become so. It used to be kind of like, oh my god, have you heard of this game? Like, when it first came out, like, everyone, you could play it and whatever, but now it's gotten so boring that you're like, what's all we play? It's like whipping out a card deck and be like, we're gonna play fucking solitaire. Okay, I can do that at home by myself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just, it's lost its fun when it comes to, like, it's just, you're like, okay, what I expect from a board game night is like, to be fair, it's like when I joined a group of people a while ago when I got into board games, I only thought of board games like, what, we're going to play fucking Monopoly? Like, gross. I hate Monopoly, or like Scrabble. Fuck that. Because those are the games that we had growing up. You know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong. I still like the game of life. And like, I do have My Little Pony Monopoly, but Monopoly is one of those games where you just want to flip the board and punch your grandma in the face because fuck Monopoly, okay? My Little Pony Monopoly is different because you get to move the My Little Ponies around. It's kind of funny. Um, but like, I like games, but I don't like the standard quintessential games that everybody has in their house, you know, or when you go, like, people think of like that. So when I went and I realized, oh my God, look at all these fucking board games. There's like, just the amount of them. I was like, I love this. This is so great. But I don't have anybody to play them. And now I'm sad. And again, when people want to play games that you're like, okay, and they're gonna whip out Cards Against Humanity, and you're like, could we like anything else? That has now to me lumped in with like Monopoly and Scrabble. Like, no. Like, I don't wanna. I'm so over it. I've played it too much. You know? Like, I wanna play like frickin' A Study in Emerald, which is like a game that's like based off of like Sherlock Holmes, but also Eldritch horrors, and it's like, I wanna play that. I want to play my Star Trek Catan, okay? Like, I want to play like these different board games that I have. Oh man, I need to make friends, but that involves effort, and I don't want to do. Anyway, Gyobu and I would be besties. I'd be like, you know what, you're sus and you're crazy and you're a little creepy, but like, whatevs. I'll deal with it because we can play board games together. And watch, he turns out to be like the best fuck. That's lie. I'm sorry, you can't be the best route. Ibana was best route. You can't take that from him. All right. Anyway, so we're playing board games with Gyobu. It's the longest winded of. I would absolutely be Gyobu if I could program robots to play games with me. This would be me. That scares me a little. I sure do. You know, wouldn't you get bored staying in your room all the time? Games are the perfect way to kill time. That's why we play Atome games. Kill time? I wonder if he really likes games for that reason, but I just continued to listen to Gyobu. This game used cards, but it's only to decide on the rolls. The game itself progresses mostly through conversation. Gyobu, myself, and the 4 watchers, for a total of 6 players, are villagers, and the game was to find out who the werewolf was. Okay. The werewolf hidden among the 6 would eat all the villagers eventually. The villagers must cooperate to find the man-eating werewolf before they were all eaten. The werewolf would pretend to be a villager during the day, but would become a wolf at night to attack one villager. The villager won't simply be eaten either. They'd use fortune-telling to gain powers to try and expose the werewolf. The werewolf would try to hide among the villagers, instigating problems and deflecting suspicion. This was to survive and eat all the villagers. I feel like this is very parallel to Gyobu and his route. Okay? And I don't think it's subtle. Because obviously, like, well, first of all, it's very parallel to somebody is here and trying to deflect suspicion on other people and whatever, but we already have 2 sponsors. So, sponsors are very much like werewolves in this situation because, hey, they're here and whatever, you know what I mean? And they're trying to not get caught. They don't want you to know who they are. But I could see the werewolf also being the producer, but Gyobu's the producer, what the fuck? That, like, but, like, whatever else he's hiding is very, like, in this, like, I'm going to try to deflect suspicion on other people and kind of not be found. You're basically, like, trying not to be found out in order to win. And that's basically anybody who's involved in the Otherworld stream that is in with us. Like the sponsors, like the producer, possibly who's ever controlling the director robot, possibly somebody else, who the fuck knows at this point. But if 5 people are involved out of all of our love interest, it's gonna be a little like, well, that was a lot. But what are you gonna do? He's definitely hiding something, and he's definitely sus. And I don't think the card games, you know, I think it's like a red flag. Like, see? He's suspicious. We already knew that card game. I don't know why anymore, but still think he's sus. It was a battle of wits between villagers and the werewolf. It was the main point of the game. The reason why there are only 6 players in this game was because one of the watchers was the game master that would guide the progression. I listened to the explanation while clenching my fist. It sounds like it's just like us. See, even she got it. Hmm? Trying to find the one traitor among us is just like us. The one traitor among us. Yeah, except for there's 3 to 5 of them. Because we already know 2 sponsors. And there's at least the producer involved in here. So that's 3. And you still have Yobu and Dazai possibly involved. Because I'm still on the high G as the producer, okay? Like, that's... Or, I mean, again, what else are you high... You know? But maybe Gilbo's the producer. I don't know, but there's 3 to 5 of them, okay? Because we're down to the last 3 routes. They somehow were probably involved, or something's going to come out in their routes that's so, like, plot-heavy, that's why they were locked. So maybe not all involved, but you got at least 3 people here that are involved. Because you know the producers among us. We already know 2 sponsors, so. So, the one, wink wink, traitor, sure. I know, it's identical. And that's why I've been playing this game a lot. It's educational, don't you think? I had assumed he'd say that. Yobo had never said he'd trust someone like Akase had declared. But he didn't express obvious distrust like Abana or Tomose did either. He seemed like he was just quietly watching. He was watching everyone here. Are you trying to find the producer in a similar way to this game? Huh? Finding the producer is just another game. It's not similar, but rather exactly the same. Another game? But it all falls on whether or not we can escape. It's a life or death matter to us. I can't see it as just a game. That's why we're dealing with it as a game. What's different about it? I don't think he's understanding what I'm saying. When I thought about it, what Gyobu's saying wasn't entirely wrong. What I found odd is how lighthearted he seemed. And then let's begin. Draw a card from this stack. He must have seen my silence as permission to proceed, so Gyobu started the game. I took a card from the stack, and there was a picture of a villager on it. As I said earlier, that card's your role. Villagers will be villagers. The werewolf will be the werewolf. If Gyobu's the werewolf in this game, that is really sus as fuck, and done on purpose, obviously. There's one fortune teller among the villagers, and that person can tell a fortune at night. The fortune teller can learn one person's identity. Gyobu explains the rules as we go along. It was difficult to understand completely, but Gyobu and the Watchers kept talking, so I listened. If Gyobu's the fortune teller, it's gonna feel really weird considering the fact that, 20 minutes ago? Not even, but whatever, I was like, he's got the hair of a fortune teller because that just triggered me to make me think of Sweet Fuse, and, that's fucking weird. Are you really a fortune teller? I believe Gyobu is highly likely to be the werewolf. Let's execute Gyobu. Same. His statement earlier is suspect. Aw, but if you execute me, the fortune teller will be gone. You sure you want to do that? I am the fortune teller. I desire an opinion. Thena, who would you execute? Huh? Me? Listening to everyone, I also thought Gyobu was suspicious. You gotta like the game for being like, Gyobu is suspicious, right? And you're like, well, I mean, if you didn't already start the game on day 1, 5 minutes in, and go, Gyobu's sus as fuck, I feel like you would have gotten to there by now. But executing? The weight of that word delayed my decision-making. All the more so because we were in the same situation with the Otherworld stream. I don't know, but I think it's sad to declare Gyobu as the werewolf. Why? Please state your reason. I don't have a reason. That's just how I feel. Come on, do you even want to win? You have to talk it out and deduce. I know, but I just don't want to do any executions. Jeez. I just dug my own grave in the most obvious way, too. Grave? In the conversation earlier, if you listened carefully, you would have known that I'm suspicious. This is literally the game did you not know Gyobu was suspicious? If you didn't, he's suspicious. I got it, game! He's been red flagging the whole time. I don't know why necessarily. Again, like I said, I don't know anymore, but he's always been sus. I would be shocked if he came out as being totally normal and not suspicious at all. Did it on purpose? Yes. It's your first game, after all. I thought it'd be easier for you to understand the rules if I gave you pointers. While saying that, Gyobu showed me the card he had, and had a picture of a werewolf. Gyobu really was the werewolf. I mean, again, I feel like this is very parallel. Hey, do you really understand? And this is a game of life and death where you find the traitor. Gyobu waved the card while moving closer to me from his seat next to me. Need to see through the lies. Otherwise, you can't win the game. Are you okay with dying? Which game are you talking about? You shouldn't have to ask. It's both. Gyobu placed the card down on the table and faced me head on. And then let's do a simpler game. A one-on-one game with you and me. It's a game of truth and lies. Listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. Try to figure out if what I'm saying is the truth from my heart or a lie. Truth or lie? I may have been able to do this if I was with my friends or Tomose. Obviously with Tomose, he'd be like, I'm absolutely in love with you. And you're like, oh, that's ridiculous. So maybe not with Tomose. But against Gyobu, not confident in it. Are you going to run? It's just a game. But if you're always running, the big bad wolf will eat you up. Rawr. Rawr. The way he said that, I couldn't stand that taunt, so I tapped my display after riling myself up. Right, I get it. I'll play. Okay, then. Here goes. I mean, I feel like the parallel is trying to be like, the wolf, oh, this person, the sus one, is the producer. That's the most suspicious person here. But, like, so if it comes out Gyobu's the producer, I'd be like, okay, that's what the game was trying to tell you by playing this, and he's the werewolf. But I'm still fighting against that because why would we find that out now? And, like, you know what I mean? Like, listen, I still got to stick to my guns and be like, nah, Haiji's the most sus. Again, now I'm not 100% sure why anymore, but still sticking to my guns that I don't think Gyobu's the producer at this point. But what the fuck do I know? This game fucks me over every single time. I love it, though. Keeps you on your toes, that's for sure. I really enjoy talking to you like this. Is it the truth or a lie? I think it's the truth. I figure that's the truth. I'm guessing truth. Truth. I think it's true. You enjoy teasing me. Correct. Yep, I really enjoyed teasing you. You got one right so far. He said it's correct, but that sounds like a lie too. Next question. I want to go back to the original world. Truth or lie? Probably a lie, because so far, every time we found someone and we're like, we want to go back, they're like, well, maybe not. To the original world. I've never thought that there'd be someone who doesn't want to go back. But could it be possible with Gyobu? He can get games he can't otherwise get, and he's the kind that says baths are a waste of time. Truth or lie? I feel like with Gyobu it might be a lie, because I feel like that's a hint of something. I'd be kind of surprised if it were true, just because he's really sus. So, that's actually the truth. Alright. It's true. You don't know when you can die here, so normally anyone would want to go back. But the thing is, well, okay. I'm thinking of like, well, like, look at Tomose. He didn't want to go back. But I'm sure Tomose originally wanted to go back, but then it was like, as he stayed here, and it was like, you know what? Wait, if we go back, then you won't be in love with me, but here I have a shot. Tomose, we're surrounded by me and nothing but men. What makes you think you have a chance? You had a better chance in the real world. But you know what I mean? And, like, we know that I don't think Futami wants to go back. I don't know about Chigasaki, you know? So I'm actually shocked that Gyobu would want to go back. Correct. To be precise, that's not quite why. But you're mostly right. So I'm right. What's with the face? You got the right answer. Because I thought that maybe you're not normal, Gyobu. I still don't think he's normal. Well, that's mean. I'm just a regular human being. A weak and common human being that only knows how to play games. You don't think that, do you? Gyobu, you're a good liar, but you're a bad actor. That's so funny. All right, next question. Anyway, last question. Want to go back to the original world? Truth or lie? Me? The last question's about me? Yes, so answer it. You're such a gullible girl that you'd believe in anyone, but you can at least see through your own lies, right? There was no way I would miss this answer. It's true. I really want to go back. Right away, if possible. That's a nice expression. Let's say you're correct, then. The girl that wants to go home. Yobo said that and picked up the card he placed down earlier to hold in front of my face. I'll give you a hint about this game. I'm good at games after all, and this is a simple task for me. I don't know if he's the wolf, but he is lying. A liar with the face of a child. See? Even Gyobo, well, Gyobo thinks Haiji's sus. Okay, wait a minute. So see, like, Gyobo's been sus the whole time, but maybe he's only been really sus because he just knows shit. He's very intuitive, and he's got, like, I can figure out who's lying, because I'm good at lying, so I know a liar when I see one. Huh. Wow, you're better at investigating than Iochi, and that's his job. Well, shit. Huh? And no need to hesitate in pushing off. Why do you try to protect him? It's foolish to protect a liar. But, are you talking about Haiji? I'm now concerned Haiji might be the route after. But see, okay. I kind of figured they were in cahoots with each other, but this is interesting. Okay, Gyobo's getting more interesting and intriguing as we go. Alright, okay, alright. What do you... Alright. But he's not wrong. Haiji, the face of a child. Yeah, the face of a child who's not actually a child. That's what I'm taking from that. Of course, who else? A lie? No way. Feigns ignorance while lying. So push him off. He'll just get up as if nothing happened. I was so surprised that I forgot to breathe. Haiji is the liar? That can't be... Why do you lie? How would you know that? I don't know how to explain. Let's just say it's my gut feeling. I thought about asking him why he couldn't explain. But before I could, Gyobu handed me his card. Say, if you really want to go back home, you need to find the big bad wolf. One wrong step and the village dies. You don't want to die, right? Then gather your courage and execute. Wolf. Villager. You need courage. Or chump. You'll get eaten up. Just kidding. I don't know his reasoning or what kind of lie it is, but he wants me to suspect Haiji. He also has basically just told you push him off out the window because we're now still stuck in our punishment game where we lost our voice. To suspect means to execute. I can't do that. Now, I take this as very shady and like Haiji is suspicious, but I already thought that anyway, so that's just adding fuel to that fire. He could also totally just be saying this like, you're protecting him. You don't want to push him off, but just fucking push him off. Like, where if we get a little sus of him and like, oh, maybe he is lying, we'll be more likely to push him off and get our voice back. Like, it could be twofold, I have to execute regardless of innocence. Yes, but things won't go exactly that way, so I'll have to slowly corner him. You place the knife right at his neck. Yoba placed his index finger on his neck while laughing. I couldn't laugh at all and maintained a stilted expression. But I do like that Gyobo's like, Haiji's the most fucking sus person here, and look, I'm the one telling you that, and I'm very suspicious. So, interesting. Which, I mean, again, I've sussed Haiji from the very beginning. Like, when he was like, I'm 12. All right, that's gross, and you've got to be the most suspicious. You're the producer, because I'm not dealing with that. You got to pretend. You're pretending you're 12. So, this fuels that fire for me with Gyobu being like, oh, he's the liar with the face of a child. Yeah, face of a child, not actually a child. You know what I mean? So. And we go to the entrance. All right. I was like, again, I mean, they gave him the baby face, but they're usually like, oh, I'm like 16 and here's my baby face. 16 but looks 12. That's a standard trope, but he's just now pretending to be 12. Because again, what have I been saying the whole game? It's easier to be like, oh god, no, oh, he's innocent, he's sweet, and just blow him off as not being suspicious because he's just an innocent child. Not, to be fair, he could actually be 12 and just be a psychopath because it's not like that has never happened. You know what I mean? Like, just because they 12 does not mean they innocent. They could still be a psycho. Okay? Like, there's plenty of serial killers who were already psycho at 12 and plenty of kids who were like, you are destined to become a serial killer. You're just creepy and wrong and weird and whatever, But, go to Banjo's room. No. Go to the hallway. But you know what I mean? I think he's lying about his age, and my fire's relit again with Kyobo saying that. After wiping the floors with the mop over and over, I was satisfied with how shiny I got it. Okay, I don't think we've done this. Good. It's perfect. My day's tasks were to clean the bath, dressing room, and hallway. Mopping the floors meant that I was done for the day. I did it all at once, so I'm tired now. I should take a break in the living room. I put away the supplies and went to the living room. There I saw Gyobu setting up an impressive house of cards. Gyobu, you're really good at these things. I sure am. I'm good with my fingers. Utami says that his hobby is silver crafting, so I envy how you're both so skilled with your fingers. What are you getting at? Are you clumsy? Gyobu poked the tower of cards and it came tumbling down before he turned to me. I don't really think I am, but I'm not particularly skilled either. But I do like handicrafts, so I'm not bad at sewing and knitting. Oh? Well, they say that you naturally get good at things you like. Oh, I know. Have a seat right here. I wondered what he was up to, but I still sat down on the sofa like he wanted. Yobo then called over to his watcher and started making orders. Now a hairdryer and brush were on the table. He also started lining up some more stuff like ribbons and rubber bands. Are we going to braid his hair, or is he going to braid my hair? Are we braiding each other's hair? Are we going to have a pillow fight after? What is he up to? That should do it. Yobo seemed satisfied with everything he set up, and he looked over at me with a playful smile. I'm now opening up the Gyobu Beauty Salon. Huh? Beauty salon? Are you sure this is okay? Alright, listen. You're never going to take the place of Ibana in my heart. Don't get me wrong. Ever. Ibana's my precious. I love him to death because he's my salty little marshmallow and he's got the glasses. So 130%. But are you going to brush and play with my hair? Because I'm going to have to give you bonus points for that. And you're a creepy weirdo, but you might be winning right now. Not, again, never over Ibana, but over everybody else, which is really tough because I love Iochi a lot. But Iochi, I'm gonna need you to step up. Nobody else has brushed my hair, and I'm sorry. Just having someone brush your hair and braid it and play with it, it's so fucking nice. It feels so great. So sir, you really know how to win me over. Again, it's never gonna take the place of Ibana, don't even. Because I could get Ibana to do. Now that we're in love. Right now in the house, God no, he would never get near me. But, once we get back to the real world and he finally admits what a little marshmallow he is, well, that's a little play with my hair if I ask. Anyway. It's a beauty salon, but I won't cut your hair or anything. I'll make it worth your while. Sure. A bit scary, but he did say he won't cut my hair. But is this going to be okay? And now have a look at that mirror. He pointed at the mirror placed in front of me and started playing with my hair. After a while, I saw that he was putting my hair up. Wow, you're good at this. Yobo did say he was good with his fingers, and the way he did my hair was beautiful. Yep, that looks good on you. And next, how's this? Yobo then did my hair in various styles. First it was in a bun, then it was half up, and he just continued on and on. That's gotta feel so amazing. Oh, give me a scalp massage next. The way he did it made me think he was a real beautician, and I was impressed. Yobu, you're amazing. Where did you learn how to do that? Have you seen the fact that his hair is twice as long as ours? And things come easily if I've seen someone do them before. Well, feel better about me? Yeah, I do think you're amazing. Gyobo looked satisfied as he smiled. Then he unraveled my side braids and started to comb through my hair carefully. You look good in any hairstyle, but I still think your usual style is the cutest. Yeah, thank you. Oh, I thought you'd be a little more shy. Well, you're never being serious, Gyobu. Aw, but I'm being serious about this. I really do think you're cute. Well then, thank you so much for the compliment. Hey, it's not phasing you at all. Aw, you're no fun. He gently combed through my hair over and over again. Deep down, I was feeling nervous, but also kind of relaxed. Gyobu's hands feel a bit different when he's touching my hair. What style should I try next? Do you have any requests? I think I'm okay for today. Everything you tried today was cute. Thank you. You're very welcome. The Gyobu Beauty Salon's always open, so come by whenever you want. In my room, of course. Gyobu said that with a wink, and it was as if he'd done that 1,000 times before. Yeah, and then next it's going to be the doctor's office. I'll keep that in mind. Oh, you're okay with that? I don't think that's prudent. Huh? Why? You're the one that told me to go, Gyobu. That's true, but... Oh, I know. Hey, hold out your hand. Like this? No, both hands. Both. I held out both hands like he told me, and Gyobu started to roll the ribbons around my wrists. Tie me up. Oh, dear. Wait, what? You're going to play with my hair and now you're going to tie me up? I might enjoy Gyobu a little bit more than I expected, and I'm really very confused now. Listen, I figured Azrael was going to be fun because he's crazy, so there was bound to be a roller coaster here, but, like, getting a little kinky and freaky with me, and I like it. So, like, I wasn't expecting that. You're too easy. I really am. I mean, Ibana's such an asshole to me, but I'm totally, absolutely 100% in love with him because he's an asshole to me, and honestly, even if he was nice and sweet, the glasses, just like glasses. So, pretty fucking easy, yeah. Hey, stop messing around and untie me. I just caught you. That would be a waste. Ah, jeez, now I can't do anything. Huh? With my hands tied, I was slightly flustered, and suddenly Gyoba's arms wrapped around me. If you make things too easy, the big bad wolf will eat you up like this. Let me go! I started to squirm to fight him off, but Gyoba was unexpectedly strong and I couldn't move. Please, let me go. Just kidding. Huh? Did I scare you? You overdid it this time. Sorry, but you're always so defenseless that I can't help it. Well, I was just messing around, but now you have to understand that you need to watch out for yourself some more. Yeah. What the fuck? I'm like, I can hear people's voices, and I'm like, what the fuck? It must have been in between the houses, because I just saw someone, like, walk by past the window. Like, where I'm sitting in my loft, I can see the window that's in the stairwell, and I just saw someone's legs. So I'm like, okay, it must have been somebody, like, probably neighbor throwing out trash, talking to roommate, or talking on the phone or something. But it's weird, because you're like, you can just hear a dude talking. What the fuck? It was really fucking weird. Oh, well, I'll get going now. If you want me to arrange your hair again, come to my room with that ribbon. I'm never going! Yep, that's the right answer. Yobu laughed as he waved at me and left the living room. I'm sorry, I'm choking. He teased me again. I could still feel him gently touching my hair and holding tightly onto me. The thought made my cheeks warm. Yeah, because you're kind of into it. Finally found something that Gyobu was amazing at. I should go back to my room for now. I stood up to do that, and I remembered the ribbon that still kept my hands tied. Huh? I tried breaking the ribbon and twisting my way out of it. However, the ribbon was tied in a way that made it hard to remove. That seems sus. He knows how to tie knots. Wait! What am I supposed to do with this? I looked in Gyobu's direction, but he was long gone. Gyobu! At least untie this before you go! Someone's gonna come and you're like, Gyobu tied me up and... Don't ask. I yelled loudly, but Gyobu didn't come back. I had no choice but to stay like that until Chikasaki walked by, got worried, and helped untie me. Did we get our voice back? Because I didn't remember. I don't remember seeing the scene where we pushed Hygie out the window. But like we couldn't have yelled if we didn't. I was probably talking about theories and stuff like so. Go to the living room. I clicked that so fast. Now we're with you. Dazai being like, don't touch her. And Dazai being more so, I can't handle this. I was not expecting. I feel like we should talk where we are. Yeah. Only because let him in the room. We did that with Tomose, so. Are you okay to just stay right here? My room's kind of messy right now. Oh, come back another time. It's getting late anyways. Okay. Sorry. It's fine. Good night. Good night. Letting him in your room was like giving him points, so this is like, now we're turning you away. We're not into you. We're gonna marry Gyobu because he tied us up and touched our hair. And maybe other stuff that we'll find out later, but he's still not a Bana level. Okay, I'm just saying. I saw Tomose turn around to go back to his room, but he seemed sad in my eyes. It caused me to feel a sharp pain in my heart. I lied. Could it be that he left because he knew I was lying? Tomose probably would know. Yeah, letting him in your room is like opening the door for him, and this time you were like, fuck no. Good morning! Today I managed to wake up and went down to the living room on time. Tommy and Gyobu were eating breakfast. Morning. You didn't oversleep today, huh? Morning. Hey, you got bedhead right on top. Huh? No way! Yep, that was a lie. Oh, please. Isn't Banjo with you? Thought I went to go wake you up again. No, maybe he's still asleep. I'll go wake him up. It's okay. I was gonna mention this later, but I need to go out today. To do what? You can tell me. If I tell you, Gyobu, it's just gonna complicate things. I'll try to take care of that quickly so we can delay the cleaning. So can we delay the cleaning till the afternoon? I can do it any time, so I don't mind. Aw, I went to the trouble of waking up early, too. You just said you were up all night again. Did I? Well, whatever. You really are sloppy with these things. I'll send a message to Banjo, so let's do this in the afternoon. Going out? Sure. See you later. I'm going out to do something suspicious. See, now he's being sus, but, like, we already know, so, like, whatever. See you later! After seeing Futami out, I prepared my breakfast and sat across from Gyobu. Gyobu had already finished eating, so he was just looking at me while smiling. By the way, where are Kase and the others? I thought they're usually up early. They already left. They said that their team is something to look into. Oh, really? They're working hard. Yeah. Hey, I guess we're alone right now. Yeah. What's with that half-hearted response? I thought you'd be feel? Well, I thought you'd feel more nervous about it. I'm already used to being teased by you, Gyobu. Oh, that's no fun. I'll think of a different vector of attack next time. Oh, you're just declaring it publicly. Well, whatever. By the way, doesn't it bother you? About what? About where Ryoichi's going? What do you think he's doing? I guess I'm a bit interested, but... I know, right? Let's tag behind him. We'll shadow him. You make it sound so easy. Why don't we just ask him when he gets back? I doubt he'll tell us. So are you tailing him with me or not? Sure is persistent. Also, like, I doubt he'll tell us. It's like, you know he's not going to tell us where he was going because he's a sponsor and that's why he's leaving and you know it. I'm just saying. I don't trust Gyobu. But he played with my hair, so like, whatevs. Whatever, Mr. Sussman. We're cool. I won't. Then let's tail him. I feel like we should say let's tail him because, yeah. Okay. Ooh! Love points or whatever the fucking flowers are. I don't know. I don't mind tailing him, but you have to wait until I finish breakfast. Sure, tailing him will be fun. Why are you enjoying this? Because it'll be fun. It's a tailing date. Not a date. But it is a date. We're going out alone together. Yeah, but I don't understand the way you think. I get that often. He's saying it like it's nothing. What's with this guy? I know, he's fucking crazy. I kind of like it. It's fun. You know what I mean? Although I wanted to say something out loud, I just focused on finishing my breakfast. Well, like, okay, I'm gonna finish my breakfast, chew, take my time, eating breakfast, and then we're gonna follow Futami. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just anyway. I don't see him anywhere. I had a feeling it'd be impossible to tail him unless we caught up to him right away, and yet you insisted on finishing your breakfast first. Yeah, I guess so. I agreed because I thought it'd be impossible. Yeah, probably. Are you listening to me? You were actually serious in tailing him? And there's a library over there. A perfect timing. Let's take a break. Oh, please. Kyobu, you're so hard to handle. I get that often. I wonder if he gave up. It's true that I wanted to take a break, so I just went with him to the library. I was a bit irritated at this whole thing, but Kyobu was all smiles. Well, yeah, because he's crazy. The library is so nice and cool. Hey, come on over. I think it's plenty cool outside. Phew, this place feels great. I think I can nap really nicely here. Nap? Why did we even come here? Did you know? I pulled an all-nighter last night. Okay, I'm gonna do some research. Hey, did you just show some disgust towards me? What else am I supposed to do? I left Gyobu where he was and found a few books that I was interested in, and started skimming through them. I thought there'd be something about the other world. Oh, I was gonna say stream, but okay, can't read. I thought there'd be something about the other world, but unfortunately, I didn't find anything of the sort. I kept going through book after book, and then Gyobu, who was sitting across from me, stood up with a bored look. I just leave the info gathering to the info gathering team. We have free time, so we have to do this. Uh-huh. I thought he'd go back to the lodging, but he started to find some books to bring back to his seat. With an unexpectedly serious face, he starts to use what appears to be a tablet. You know, I first discovered it when I just came here, and I just ignored the title back then. But after spending time here, I think I understand the meaning of it now. Title? When I asked, Gyobu waved me over. Although I still had my doubts, I took a look at the display that Gyobu was reading. Custody list. That was the title. Why would he be interested in this? Okay, so this is the same thing we found basically in Abana's route, you know. It just seems like a list of names. Yep, a list of names. Look at this header. He handed the entire display to me, so I looked at it directly. Name, age, gender, punishment game. Dead end? I gasped and flipped through the pages. 10 pages, 20 pages. So many people listed along with their information. But each of them were overwritten with the phrase dead end. I felt a shiver down my spine and I continued to go through the pages. Punishment game. Right leg, vision, memory, voice, gender. And no need to rush through it. Just read it slowly. This is a list of people. See? It's a pretty important name list. I think it's a record of punishment games that the past cast members received. Dead end, more dead ends! And everyone had precious things taken from them. You already knew that. And never mind that. I'm surprised they leave such an important reference material here at the library unguarded. Make it sound like it's nothing. But isn't it? Yeah, but could it be a trap? It's not impossible for it to be. But I think the people running this game always try to maintain fairness. Fairness? They'll hide the direct answer of who the traitor may be, but they will not hide the hints for it. They're leaving some openings so that we can arrive at the answer. They are kind, right? It's fair. It's the same with this name list. But what's most important is the last page. That's what I was wondering. I'm like, is it going to be there, the page where, like, Dazai and Ibana are there? I flipped to the very last page as he said. When I saw that, I felt like I could only gasp as if I had lost my voice again. Yobu, who sat next to me, was also speechless. He sounded like he had expected it, but he reacted completely differently. I could see why he would be so surprised. Why are Ibana and Dazai's names on here too? And it's like, okay, because like obviously you've gone down Ibana's route by the time you get to this, if you do the order, right? So you're like, okay, not surprising. And you know, but Dazai, you found out Dazai in Abana's, like, again, they've given little trails with Abana's arm, whatever. But they gave you little trails to Dazai, like in Abana's route when we saw this the first time. Okay. And then now again, and it's like, all right, but we still don't know Dazai's little secret. So it's interesting they're bringing it up again. There was no response. I checked the words one more time. Keito Abana, 17, male, cast number 5. Punishment game, left arm. Mei Dazai, 17, male, cast number 9. Punishment game, right eye. Abana and Dazai shouldn't have received the punishment games yet, so... Why? Gyobu... I called out Gyobu's name because he remained silent, but then his eyes finally met mine. Oh, sorry. I was just thinking about some things. Gyobu, did you know about this name list? No. I just opened it for the first time now. If there was something this important on it, then I should have read it sooner. Although, didn't he just say something before about... Where was it when he's like, oh, you know... He made it sound like he read it before, so it could have been... You know, I first discovered it when I just came here, and I just ignored the title back then. That makes it sound like he found it before right this second. You know what I'm saying? And then he's like showing it to us. And he's like, what? And then he literally was just like, I just opened it for the first time now. Oh, okay. No, wait. Or, okay, never mind. Okay, I get it. He saw the title custody list, but didn't bother opening it. But he's like, oh, I noticed that. I should have investigated it then. Now I'm opening the custody list, and now I see it. Okay, I get what they're trying to say. I was like, that just sounded shady as fuck, but... You saw, it's like seeing the title of the name of a book. Custody list, okay. And then you just ignore it, now you open it up. All right. Who would have thought those two took a punishment game before? How'd they hide it? And when was it? What do you think? How did they hide it? Ibana's got a glove on his left hand, and it's been obvious for the whole fucking game. I don't know. This is all completely new. There was nothing about Dazai that would cause this to make sense. He couldn't see it of his right eye. It never seemed that way to me, right? I mean, that also, they never seemed like that. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. If I looked carefully, I may have noticed some things that were strange. But what about Abana? Hey, how about we play a game? I'll be the GM. Here, roll the dice and pick your character's race and stats. And they're bringing this up because, like, same thing they brought up in Abana's route. Yobu forcefully handed Abana the dice. Abana tried to take the dice with his right hand and dropped them. Tutted while picking them up. Huh. That movement seemed odd to me. I felt the same at school, too. Wouldn't it be easier if he received it with his left hand back there? Abana handed the dice back to Gyobu. You gotta be kidding. I'm not doing this. And the weird thing is almost like, oh, he tries to get it with his... I guess because Gyobu must be sitting, say, on Abana's left, and Abana tries instead of using... But the thing is, it's not like he can't use that left robo arm. He can't. Because he cooks dinner and we see it. So it's like... It is really weird that they kind of put that out as like, see? You should have been sus of his left arm, but he can use the robotic arm. You know, I don't know. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Oh, whoops, I didn't read that. Sorry. That's right. Back then I had thought that maybe Abana injured his left hand. But he acted normally after that, so I just thought it was my misunderstanding. But what if it wasn't a misunderstanding? It's still weird. There was no chance for him to take the punishment game. This happened right after we came to this world. The Otherworld stream hadn't started yet, and there was no time for someone to take the penalty. What's even stranger is that his hand moves normally right now, and he can even cook. Oh, right. Didn't he explain that when Gyobu was handing him the dice, that then he asked for the like a robotic arm or whatever, asked for a replacement? So, like, he might not have had the robo arm at the time. I was still confused at this, while Gyobu quietly looked down at me. I jumped at the sight of that as I spoke to Gyobu. Gyobu? Yeah. Huh. Acting normally. Or it's more like... looks depressed. Gyobu, what are you thinking about? Who knows? That's not an answer at all. His responses always seem completely random, but it's not that we couldn't communicate. He looked a bit pale, which told me a lot more than what he'd said. I set aside the problem before me and tried to figure out why Gyobu was pale. Are you okay? Suddenly it seemed like he came back to life and he looked at me with a smile. Are you worried about me? Of course I am. We're on the same team. Same team, huh? Oh. Yobu laughed while he turned off the display with the list of names. Before I could ask him why he did that, he just filled my vision with a big smile. Let's forget about this for now. We won't get any answers thinking about it right now. But, and never mind that. Try to cheer me up. You're worried about me, aren't you? Huh? Cheer up. What is that? You're not a grade schooler. There are better ways than that. Kiss me. Huh? If I got a kiss from a cute girl, I'd think this depression would go away. So, come on. That isn't a good reason for that. You should say that to the girl you like. I think you're plenty cute. I think I like you plenty too. I highly doubt it. Keep saying things like this, no one will believe you when it matters most. When it matters most? I guess so. He lowered his voice and then whispered to me, Hey, want to go back home, right? As soon as possible, too. I was the only one able to hear him. His voice didn't echo, even in the library. It was as if we were meeting in secret. I hesitated to give my typical response. I do. Why? Because my friends and family are waiting. I have to go back or they'll be worried. Oh, I see. Do you enjoy being with your friends and family? Of course I enjoy it. That's a good thing. I envy you. There's a lot of people with like family issues going on here. I'm just saying. Envy? He looked down and then moved away without saying another word. But then... Is he kissing us on the forehead? Sneak attack, CG! Something warm touched my forehead. Huh? What? Maybe it was too short. One more time. Wait, no, you can't! It's okay. I already did it once. What's a second time? It's not the same! Well, that was a quick CG. Went away fast. You're totally bright red. Look, why are you doing this? Because you seemed wide open. I don't know what to say! You're so speechless, you want a kiss? How about on the lips this time? He kept approaching me, so I shot my hand out in response. You jerk! Ow! Unless you write a 1,000-word apology, I won't forgive you. I ran away from the library after that. I thought I heard something behind me, but I didn't feel like looking back. And that's where we're going to end it. Sneak attack kiss by Gyobu, Jesus. I mean, at least it was on the forehead, but still. Like, damn, boy! Pushing lines, crossing boundaries. Not surprised, but anyway. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.